Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and welcome back to my channel, Native English with Passionate. Today, I'm going to be letting you know the most commonly say form of greeting which do annoy the people, the native speakers. So when you say, "How are you?" is a common phrase that a lot of people say, but it's grammatically, it's not acceptable to most of the native speakers. And what are the alternatives that you could say instead? So instead of saying, "How are you?" so what are the things you can say which are acceptable to these native speakers? "How are you?" is a phrase that we don't necessarily expect an answer to. So we don't expect you to reply, to give a response when we say, "How are you?" Okay. Better ways, and what are the better ways to say it? To say the phrase. I've divided it into three. We have the casual way, the casual alternatives, the formal ways, and the funny phrases, the funny alternatives to "How are you?" Okay, so let's dive into it. So the first of them, the first casual alternative is, "How are you doing?" How are you doing? So when we say it, people say, "I'm doing fine." So if you say, "I'm doing fine," that's grammatically, or "I'm doing good." So that is incorrect as well. How? What do I mean? So because if you say, "I'm doing good," it may mean that you are doing some charity work, but better say, "I'm good," or "I'm great." Okay, that is a better way of saying it. "How have you been?" is another alternative. "How have you been?" I'm good. I'm good. And you? Or you say, "I've been great." I'm great. So those are responses you could give. Number three, what's going on? What's going on? This one is slightly more American. It's commonly said among the American people. Okay. So what's going on? Not much. Not much at all. If you don't want to give a long response, or something that is, too much to, you don't just want to prolong the conversation, just say, "Nothing much." What's new? What's new with you? This is usually used if you want to ask for updates. You've known somebody for a particular thing for a long period of time, and you would like to know, to get updates. So you ask, "What's new?" or you say, "What's new with you?" So I've not, if something is not well with you at the moment the question is being asked, you could say, "I've not been good actually." So "I've not been so good actually." So that is a response you could say. So, but if everything is well with you, you can say, "All has been great." I'm now, you tell the person the new position you are. Okay. So what's up? This this usual, is common. Is a very informal way of saying hello, of greeting. So we hear it a lot. It's been used on social media, WhatsApp, Facebook, WhatsApp. So I'm fine. So all is well with me. Okay, so those are the responses you could give. What are you up to? What are you up to? So this, so you don't want to use it because it implies mischief. If somebody has been causing trouble, so for a while, so you could ask on the troubles they've made so far. So and you say, what are you up to? So, but in a friendly way. So you understand, you don't want to say that in a formal setting or formal, you know, formal event. How are things going? How are things going? So if you know a person is working on a project, so and you just it's been a while ago that you meet them or you speak with them, you could ask this question to know how they have been doing all the while ago. So you say, how are things going? So all is well with me. So all has been so great, all has been fine. So those are the kind of response you could give to this kind of greeting. How are you feeling? How are you feeling? So I'm feeling so well. So if you know that somebody is, you just have a health challenge. So this is a kind of question, and they have a health challenge that they would like to communicate. They feel happy to communicate with you, and you want to ask how they are coming on. So you could say, "How are you feeling?" And if somebody is, they maybe they have a presentation and you see that they are nervous, they are not, they are kind of afraid, so you can ask them after a while and say, how are you feeling? So I'm feeling better or I'm feeling good. So those are kind of question you have for somebody that has a health challenge and they are coming on again. How is it going? How is it going? So, how is it going? This also is used to ask for update. So, if you want to ask for update, so this question you ask, how is it going? How's things? How's things? So, how's things? So, you might be looking that is this grammatically correct? So, yes, it's not. So, because when you say things, it's meant to be how are things. However, in an informal situation and casual spoken English, so that's how the native speakers they do say it. So, how's things? So, but if you are in a formal way, we said it before that these are casual alternatives to how to say how are you. Okay, how's everything? How's everything? All is well. All is well with me and you. Or you say, yeah, not so bad. We are managing. That's kind of a phrase. So how's life treating you? So this again is kind of requesting for update, right? If you have seen somebody a while ago, so you could ask this kind of question: how's things? How's life treating you? Okay, how's been your day? How's your day going? So if you know you have been for somebody whom you know that is likely to have a stressful day, so you could ask this kind of question to know what's going on with them, so and know the particular recommendation you could, whether you could tell them to relax, you understand. So has been a he's been so stressful, or he's been stress free. I like today. I'm able. We are on holiday at work, so and I'm able to relax. So I just enjoyed it. So those are kind of things you reply with. Are you all right? Are you all right? This again, we have two different ways of saying all right. So even though one is more formal than the other. So if you say all right, you separate it, you make it two words, two separate words. ALL, all, and RIGHT, right, all right. That is usually used in formal settings. So if you want to write all right in a formal way, so you separate the all and the right. So, but if you are spoken casually, you are speaking to friends, you are speaking to relatives and families. So you are meant to say, are you all right? Write it together like this. So, yes, yeah, I'm good. Okay. So let's move on to the formal alternatives to the the usual phrase. So which I say is annoying, and that is how it is to most native speakers. So when you say how they get, they get infuriated and they don't want to hear it. It do annoy them, please, and you shouldn't say that again after you've learned these alternatives to the phrase. How do you do? How do you do? So I'm good. You know, you don't say I'm doing good. If you say you are doing good, you say you are. It might mean that you are doing some charity work. Some how is it called? So when you do something without expecting return, without expecting any benefit, self benefit out of it, you just do it for free of charge, for charity's sake. So you say, how do you do? Are you well? That's kind funny, right? Are you well? So yeah, you may ask, you may use that to greet as well. The native speakers do use it, so you shouldn't be feel somehow on hearing this. How do you feel is another way of saying how are you? How are you feeling? There is another alternative. So, how are things coming along? If you know somebody, maybe you were working together on a project, and you just depart for a while ago. It's been a while you spoke together, and you would like to receive update. You would like to know how things are going on that particular project. You say, how are things coming along? How are you getting on? So how much progress is being made? Those are the different alternatives you could say to how are you. So now we are about, so the last but not the least, so of these phrases is how's everything coming along. So this for somebody who has had a terrifying situations. So they have been in a bad condition before, and now they are getting better. You say, how's everything coming along? Okay, how's your health? Hello, I hope you are well. Health, I hope, let me explain this. I trust you are well. I hope you are well. These are not, these phrases, these questions are not framed in a question way. Okay, but you put question tag because what you intend by it is a question. So I trust you are well. I hope you are well. They are not, they are question clauses. So, but you don't frame them in form of question, because when you are asking a question, you are meant to use, you all know the auxiliary verbs we use, are you, do you, all of that, the auxiliary verbs. So are what you are meant to say first in asking question. Then we move on to the third aspect, which are the funny alternatives. How they is a shortened form of saying how do you do. Yes, it's a shortened form of saying how do you do. How is it hanging? How is it hanging? House tricks, house tricks, what's sizzling. So these are all we have for now. And if you find this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Native English with Passionate, and be on the lookout for my next lesson on how to get better on your spoken English. Okay, thank you very much for watching.